Hi everyone! It's a very rainy day, rainy Saturday afternoon here in Bristol. I'm just sitting here editing my next video, which is an interview with my crazy brother-in-law, Max. It's going to be great. I just wanted to let you know that from now on, I'm not going to be doing the intros and the outros for my interviews. The editing process was simply too long. Instead, I'm going to give you the definitions of any interesting new words or expressions as they come up during the interview. So these definitions, alongside the transcript, of course, which I try to make as accurate as possible, should mean you'll still be able to learn some great new vocab. Okay, enjoy the interview with my crazy brother-in-law. So today on Learning English with Lily, I'm interviewing Max Sayers.
Hi guys!
Who is my sister's husband, so my brother-in-law. Do you just want to introduce yourself and say where you're from?
So yeah, I grew up in Devon, which is in a place called Sidmouth, which is a seaside town. It's one of the most beautiful areas of England that you could ever really go to. I grew up basically spending lots of time outside, exploring, climbing trees, walking, riding my bike.
So it was an outdoor childhood?
Yes, yeah, 100%. My mum was a post lady before she became an English teacher, so I have to apologise to her now for my grammar. So she would go out delivering the post everywhere on her bike, and then we would then meet up after she'd finished her post round and go and cycle up over all the hills in Sidmouth.
He was actually diagnosed with, were you diagnosed with ADHD?
Yeah,
so he was diagnosed with ADHD.
Pain in the arse.
Well, he was definitely a pain in the arse. No need for diagnosis there. You were diagnosed with ADHD, but then your mum refused to give you any medication. Instead, she just took him cycling and walking and running and basically
just sport, every kind of sport. So it was squash, badminton, riding, skateboarding, anything that could wear me out, it would. And then it worked because 8 o'clock every evening.
Fast asleep.
Fast asleep.
And that's still the case. Do you want to tell viewers about how you and Letty met?
Yeah, so my mum is an English teacher and she was living in Barcelona with you, who was also an English teacher.
Yeah.
Working at Today's School. So I came out to visit my mum, and then Letty came out to visit you.
Yeah.
And apparently there was murmurings in the background of there being a potential romance between me and Letty.
But he was just there looking all kind of, surfery and blonde and young and relatively attractive. And
I'll take that.
Yeah, I was like, who's that good-looking young guy in the teacher's room? Because he was there doing homework. Yeah, right, as if you ever did homework. Age what, 21, 20?
I was doing my university work and trying to revise for exams.
And Amanda, his mum, was like, oh, that's my son. And I said, my sister is 20 and very pretty, and she's coming to Barcelona tonight. They're going to get it on. And then the whole teacher's room was like, they're going to get it on. They're going to get it on. And yeah.
And then the rest is history. Yeah. 8 years later, we're now sat here.
You guys arrived and met each other. We all went to the bar. After work, we always used to go to this bar opposite work. We usually finished at 10 p.m. because when you're teaching English, your timetable is usually, if you're abroad, often, especially if you're teaching adults, your timetable, you finish quite late because you have to teach the adults after work. So we'd finish at 10 p.m. and then we all rolled into the bar opposite, and you and Letty were just sitting opposite each other.
I have to admit, I didn't think I had a chance.
The alcohol flowed, as did the love. And the romance, and yeah, you guys ended up getting together.
And I didn't leave.
And you didn't, yeah. And then Letty was doing her CELTA, which is actually the course to learn how to be an English teacher. And it's a very intensive course. And Max is like, hey, I'm supposed to be going home tomorrow, but you know what? I'm not going to go home. I'm going to stay in Barcelona and stay with you, Lily and Letty. I was like,
I don't think you had a chance of a choice.
We're currently in the south of France. Beautiful. We'll show you a bit of the countryside in a second. But yeah, I'm going to ask Max a few different questions. So, can you describe what Devon is like as a place to grow up?
It's got two coastlines, the north coast and the south coast. The south coast, the seas are much calmer. The beaches are a lot less dramatic. The north coast is jagged rocks, and then with beautiful views out to Lundy and places like this. These little islands off the coast, and it's a lot more dramatic. The waves are good for surfing. Not that I can surf.
He bodyboards.
The hair is all a fake. I'm a fraud.
He's not
I'm
a real
fraud.
surfer.
And yeah, basically it's the most beautiful countryside. In the middle you've got Dartmoor, which is just it's stunning.
You know, lots of the students that I've taught in England have said, oh, you know, England, the UK doesn't have a good coastline, but lots of them don't visit Devon and Cornwall.
Yeah, Cornwall the same.
So Cornwall's south of Devon.
That's a lot more it's a lot more cut off. So, but people flock down there. There's some stunning beaches, and the surfing's a lot better down there. Again, the same because it's on the peninsula. You've got the north coast, the south coast.
Yeah. And it's the thing is with the coast in England is that the weather is often not as good as in other holiday destinations, but when it is.
When it turns it on,
it's amazing. It's really beautiful. So if you ever visit England, especially the south and the southwest, then
it's definitely worth a train journey down from London.
Yeah. So there are a few expressions that we thought we would teach you guys. The first one is proper job.
You need to say it properly.
Okay.
That's a proper job. Proper job.
Proper job.
Yeah.
So what does proper job mean? Proper job.
It's just well, it's kind of. Well done, a proper job. You've done well. So
could you give an example of when you would use it?
You'd look at something and go, it's a proper job, that.
Okay.
So it's a good job. A job well done.
A job well done, yeah. Okay, this one's quite funny. Directly.
Yeah.
So spelt Dreckly.
Yeah, directly. So this is very much a Cornish term.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, so if you go past the border, then you won't hear Devon boys saying,
okay.
Yeah. Directly, but what they'll say is, see you directly, and you say, yeah, see you directly.
What does it mean? So see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon.
Okay. So it's obviously from directly. Would you ever use it?
When I lived in Cornwall, you tend to get sucked into using it. Yeah.
Okay, this one I hadn't heard of before. Back along.
Back along. Yeah.
Back along. What does it mean?
Basically, the past.
So when I saw you the other day, I saw you in the past.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So back along, in the past. Would you use that?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I've never heard you use it.
I reckon I probably have.
Okay. All right, my lover is basically.
It's an term of endearment. Yeah.
Check out his vocabulary. Yeah. So hello, hi, all right. Lots of young people often say all right.
Yeah.
It just means hi, and then. All right, my love. You could say, all right, my love. So if I walk into a shop, someone might say to me, all right, my love, what can I get you? And then, all right, my lover, just makes it that little bit more West Country.
It's like a nice hug, isn't it? Yeah. When you meet someone, all right, my lover.
Effie the dog. Hey, Effie. Can you see her now? Hang
on. Let me just quickly grab her. What's on, Effie?
Oh, Effie. So this is Effie. You will have met her if you've watched the video I made back at my folks' house. The family dog. Okay, Gert Lush.
Gert Lush, yeah, that's one of my favourite sayings.
Okay, you do use that.
Yeah.
So what does Gert Lush mean?
Means something's nice.
Okay, so put it in context.
My dog's Gert Lush. My wife's Gert Lush. My sister-in-law's Gert Lush.
Indeed, she is.
Learning English with Lily is Gert Lush.
Yes, Max. Okay, so I thought I would talk to Max about some of his passions. If I think of you, there are two things that I think of. One is biking, cycling, particularly downhill riding, and the other one is cars. So talk to us about the kind of riding that you love and why.
The thing I love is riding downhill mountain biking. There's no better feeling.
To say that, in a slow way, downhill mountain biking.
Sorry, I got excited.
Downhill mountain biking.
I got excited. I'll slow down. Right. It's downhill mountain biking. It's just the best feeling in the world because you can't think of anything else. You can't think about work. You can't think about anything because you'll crash.
Mm-hmm.
It's just so much fun, really.
What about your other passion, cars?
Oh, well, I do love a good car.
Max is car mad. So talk to us about what you love about cars and what cars you love.
Oh, it depends. There's so many different. I love pretty much all interesting cars. Anything that's different, so you can have a Citroen.
But surely it's subjective.
Well, no,
because all car lovers love the same cars.
No, not necessarily. So it depends what you want. So if you want something for a racetrack, if you want like I find like cars so interesting. So you can have a Citroen 2CV, which you see all the way around here, because obviously we're in France. And I just think someone spent so much time, energy, passion into getting this old car, restoring it. And it's not a very good car, but they've spent all their time and effort restoring it, making it look wicked.
Hypothetical question.
Yes.
You have to choose between cycling, biking, downhill biking, or cars. You can only have one. What do you choose?
Oh, I don't know. It'd be a tough one.
Ooh,
Hang on.
Max is silent for the first time.
It is a tough one. It depends. I'd have a car because then I can travel. I'd have...
Yeah, but you'd be hugely fat. You've actually got your van here that you bought, your VW camper van.
Yeah.
So I thought we could show viewers around.
I'd love to.
Okay. So we've parked El Minto,
There it is.
so that you get a gorgeous view of the southern French countryside. And here she is. All right.
So come into my humble abode.
Okay. So when did you get her?
We got her 2 years ago. Oh, no, we didn't. We got her 6 months ago.
Oh, right.
And when we got it, it was just a complete panel van.
Okay.
So we've done everything ourselves.
Oh, let's do that. Yep, cool.
So,
Oh, look, you can see the gorgeous view out of the window. That's lush. So talk us through it.
Gert Lush.
Gert Lush, talk us through.
So,
What have you done?
So we have, when you come in, obviously we've got a pop top,
That's pretty cool.
which is awesome. So we've got a bed upstairs.
Let's have a look at the bed. Ooh. Okay,
Got the
nice
bed up here.
Yeah, so that's...
And then this is where we sleep. And this is where the dog sleeps.
Okay, but there's also another bed there.
Yeah, so this folds out into another bed.
Okay.
Like that. Like that.
Okay, cool. So the dog sleeps down there and you sleep upstairs.
Dog sleeps down here, we sleep upstairs.
Lush.
Which is pretty cool.
All right.
We've obviously, safety first, we've got a carbon monoxide alarm.
Very
so when we're cooking.
There you go.
So
Look
here
at
we've got
that.
a little
Very
sink,
smart.
some hobs, and obviously the most important thing is a fridge full of beer. And then the main party trick of this bus is its sound system. Understandably, you've got to have hidden speakers everywhere around the van.
Is that a standard to put them in the seat?
No, but I thought it was a nice place to do it. So when you sit there, you get a good feeling.
You get a vibrating bottom. Turn up, turn her up, turn Minto up.